This week on Behind the Scenes, hear how films come alive with a touch of Foley. See what the hazards of capturing sound in the wild can really be. And we unleash Dave.
Hi, my name's Dave Birch and I'm audio manager at EarthTouch. We handle things like musical composition, sound design, final mix and Foley. And it's Foley that we're going to look at today. Foley. Now, if you don't know what Foley is, it's the addition of sound to the picture. It is using sound that wasn't recorded with the film to bring the picture alive, to bring the essential truth out in a sequence of events in a film. The chap who first did it back in the 20s in America, his name was Foley. The mics then weren't good enough to pick up all the sound that was going around in the picture. They could only pick up the speech. You might wonder, if we're a wildlife company and we're out there filming in the wild with microphones and cameras, why we'd need to add any sound to anything? Why isn't the sound that exists with the picture good enough? The answer is that sometimes there are good reasons for replacing a sound, or enhancing it, or repairing it. So the Foley. The first sequence I'd like to show you is just some elephants in the bush. Elephants. Now that all looks fine.
But here's the actual sound that was recorded.
Instead of getting this beautiful sound of Untitled Game Reserve, we're getting the sound of tourists. An easy fix for this one were just to use a clump of really nice ambience from Untitled Game Reserve of elephants grazing when the tourists weren't there, and just drop it in.
What is ambience? You could say it's like the general sound of a particular place, and it will change according to the time of day and year. Now, SK here is setting up the surround mic and a recorder to pick up the sound from all around, 360 degrees. When that's played back through a surround speaker array, it puts you right there.
Our guys can wait until the tourists sort of go around the corner and then grab like 5 minutes of the sound of the elephants in this area. You've got hours and hours of sound from all over the world. Beautiful surround scenes. Anyway, that's ambience. Cool. The second problem we have when we're doing sound on these things is that the cameramen, when they're shooting these films, they might look like they're really close to what they're filming, but actually they're a long, long way away. Sometimes they get close, a lot of the time they're not, but there are some very good reasons why you don't want to get too close to some of these beasties. There's a second sequence that I'd like to play through, and that illustrates a third problem that we've got. And that is that you're compressing something that happens over weeks into probably a 45, 50-minute show. So shots that are maybe minutes or hours apart now run concurrently. And the effect of running those edits together, sound-wise, is very jarring and actually takes you right out of the story that's being told.
Here is a sequence as it was recorded.
The whole result is one of like jerking you around. The first thing you need to put in is just the general sound that's around, the ambience we talked about earlier. So I'd look around and I'll find in our banks of sound something that's right for the area, because I can hear what sound there is there. Got to check it's the right time of year, folks. So So that one sounds about right. So I'm going to grab a bit of that.
Now, let's do some Foley.
Okay, so that's all the different layers that have been added. The ambience, the actual sounds of the animals, the ears flapping, and the breathing. Now let's watch that sequence and see how that pulls you into this whole little drama that's developing in this particular scene.
What about fish?
Being underwater is actually a very tactile experience.
And the visuals alone just don't really do it justice.
We do a lot of underwater shoots following the sardine run, sharks, all kinds of things. And the sound can add a tremendous amount in that equation. It's actually really hard to record what's under there. You're adding sound that probably isn't really there. It's adding that sensation that you would have felt under the water as a big creature comes past the camera. You need to feel that current coming by you.
But this really is more in the nature of sound design than Foley. And it's something we'll look at in another episode.